with all this buzz, with all this talk, with all this promotion, drop the footage. You know, everybody's arguing. Did things change? Was there gas? Was there bias? Did they hate on Easy? Should Suge not have used too much rim bars in his battle? Or the back of I'm in tune, man. I'm in tune. I just pick what battle rap topics I want to chime in on. And I'm going to take a couple of angles or a specific angle that I haven't seen really broken down yet. I want to be a little bit different. Everybody's talking about their winner, their loser, the gas, and all that type of stuff, or the different factors between Easy on his side, different factors on Suge's side. I'm going to speak on something totally different from my experience. Okay. I got some footage to bring up here as well, something that I want to draw my point with. I'm going to tell you whether my winner changed by the time I get to the end of this live. And I'm also going to offer up some constructive criticism. I'm going to offer up constructive criticism to Rem, to Easy, to Chrome 23 as a platform, and to Suge. Right? When I rock with people, I'm always respectful. If I fuck with you, you know, I'll never try to step on your toes purposefully or nothing like that. But constructive criticism, I've gotten it for going on 11 years now. So, you know, all my peers can get constructive criticism as well when it has good intentions. All right, fuck a disclaimer. Let's get into this. My main point to break down now that the full release is out, now that we got the footage on YouTube, does the winner change for certain people? So let me give it a second because I'm going to walk through something totally different. Chat, now that y'all see it on YouTube, it's probably got over like 200,000 views at this point. Who's your winner? Do you have Easy winning? Do you have Suge winning? Is it debatable to you? 2-1 Easy, 2-1 Suge. What do y'all got? 3-0 Suge, 3-0 Easy? Chat, let me bring y'all up on the screen before I get to my point. It's an interactive channel, man. So when I'm live, I rock with the folks unless we locked in. Let me see what y'all got. Chat, what y'all got? Okay, Suge 3-0 right here. I got a Suge 2-1 right here. I got a Suge 2-1 right here. I got a Suge 2-1 respectfully, but personally 30. All right. I got Suge edge all 3 rounds. Okay. I got Suge 2-1. I got Suge 2-1. I got Suge 30 ball. I got Suge 1. Now, everybody that's putting these comments up here, you watched it again on YouTube, right? Right. Everybody watched it again, right? Okay. Suge still got it nasty work with the edits. That's gonna come into this conversation. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna talk. I'm not in a rush. Easy second and third. Okay. This is the shout out to the members as well. Royalty was good, homie. This is the first Easy that I saw so far. Gentleman 30, but you didn't tell me who you got it for. Battle rap lingo. All right, this is the second one for Easy here. Easy 2-1, good battle. Okay. Suge 3-0, Suge 2-1, Suge 3-0. 2-1 either way. Members in the building and Maz. D Bizzle got it. Suge 2-1, Suge 2-1, 3-0. It's honestly debatable. Members, what up, Anthony F? Suge 3-0. All right, so Suge is dominating the comments right now. All right. Remy 1. We'll get there. Suge is dominating. Y'all are really going off. I see. All right, y'all. Appreciate it. Y'all really got it. Like 90 something percent plus. Hold on, I can't leave my members out. Hold on. All right, Suge 30. Okay, cool. What's good, homie? Okay. There was a narrative. Battle rappers say it a lot. You know, they'll say, wait until the footage drops. And they're anticipating that you get a chance to sit with the footage. You get a chance to see things that maybe you wasn't paying attention to or didn't see on the pay-per-view. You kind of remove if you're in the building, I guess some people would say, oh, there was gas or there was hype in it or it was an away game. You'll see all this stuff. Sometimes it's valid. Sometimes it's excuses. And sometimes it's a mix of both, right? It really could be. There's 4 vibes to a battle. I'm going to break down all 4. 4 vibes to a battle. The first one is in the building, okay? Very obvious. Why is in the building a vibe within itself? There's things that's happening in the building that'll never make it to the chopping table, never make it to the edit, never make it to the footage, ever. Right? There's things happening in the building you won't even see on the stream. Even if people get a chance to say, oh shit, that happened live. Now before we put this out on YouTube, where it's gonna do hundreds of thousands of views, let's take that out. There's even stuff that's not on the live to be taken out that's in the building. You can see certain little scuffles, things that's not within the camera frame, a little bit further deeper in in the entourage or in the crowd, or walking up to the stage before the pay-per-view cuts back from the commentary and goes to all types of stuff is going on in the building that you will see that will not take place online. You'd be surprised the amount of shit that I have seen off camera while I've been at these events for what, like 13 years now at this point, right? And then not just that the camera doesn't catch it, right? But there's just the energy of the being in the building. It's contagious, it's infectious. It's something that you could never recreate on camera. It's something you can never put on pay-per-view. When we're all sitting at home and we're watching the pay-per-view on our phones or on a monitor or on a TV, that energy can never, ever, 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 ever make you understand what it's like to be in the building when the room is fucking shaking, or when people start jumping around, or when the crowd starts chanting 3-0 from the back and then it starts to make its way all the way up to the front. All these different types of elements of energy pockets that's in the building. I promise you it's different. It's one of the reasons why I never let battle rappers rap their rounds to me, because the fan side of me, I got the best seat in the house. It's right there in the front. I could look out and I could see. I know everybody that's on stage pretty much. The battlers is right here. Can't replicate that seat right there, man. It's priceless for me, man. It's an honor. It's a priceless fucking seat. If you could just really just stand there for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And see all the shit that I've seen. I can see people, just mount up to a choke. I see certain things that you just can't catch, even if you're not standing within 10 feet. Little small things where people peek into their phones. It's just a lot. It's just, and it all just creates this energy, man, of being in the fucking building. So when you're in the building, um, your winner can change from footage, of course. There's things that could be missed, like bars, right? It's the excitement also of being at a battle rap event is like a concert. You have some of your favorite artists on stage performing. It's just a cappella. It's a show. So you have even the excitement, you know what I'm saying, that needs to be, accounted for in the building versus off camera and later on when the YouTube footage drops. So many elements to being in the building, man. But that is vibe number one. It's a vibe within itself. Vibe number two, pay-per-view. Pay-per-view and VOD. Okay. When we see pay-per-view, remember it's live. The world hasn't had a chance to talk about it yet. The world hasn't had a chance to clip it up and make these arguments and these little memes and whatnot go viral. We're all just sitting there on camera, and it's just like, all right, let me see what's going on. Here's a big thing that also makes the pay-per-view vibe. I mean, like I said, in the building could never be the on-cam stuff, right? And I got four for you. The pay-per-view tends to be different from a production standpoint. Okay. But why does the vibe of the pay-per-view and the production element to the full release change? When you look at a pay-per-view, you do have that shock value that's still there. Okay. You do have that newness. You do have that first time, right? Totally different than being at the third vibe, which is a full edit, which goes onto YouTube. Here's the thing about a full edit, the third vibe. A full edit can constitute things like multiple camera angles. A full edit, when you talk about multiple camera angles, like imagine you got a close up shot and then a haymaker lands in the building, and then the camera automatically just switches to a wide shot and it shows the whole crowd going crazy, erupting. If you're looking at Max Out, the wide shot is where you see the people holding up the fire and the trash signs and all that type of shit. That all loans to the production value, the vibe, the energy of that video that you're watching. You don't get that 99% of the time on a pay-per-view edit. Okay. So that's where all the bells and the whistles come in. Okay. So when you got things like multiple camera angles, and you could even take it a step further, you want to know what really, really goes crazy in an edit that goes on YouTube? Shit, the most obvious is things like sound effects, or visual cutting, or even visual effects. If you go to Black Ice Cartel, the Gates of the Garden, the visual effects is crazy, right? But let me give you just an example of like visual edits that loan to vibe, because now we're on the third vibe, y'all. Let me give y'all an example. The first one that came to mind for me, it was a very, very small, very, very fast edit. But when you watch it subconsciously, it adds to the vibe. This is just camera switching that hits with the actual ball or the sound effect that the battle rapper is making. This doesn't happen in live pay-per-view. Let's watch this. Let me show y'all what I mean by this.
Do you any good tonight? Go ahead, talk about my weight around. I ain't a bully, but it's safe to say I love to throw my weight around. I want to see Show Off and Jay, so I'll just wait around and approach you in the menu with the special like it's a good wait around. Bow, 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 bow. Lay them down. He gonna give a statement. Now the cops on.
Did you see that? Did you see how his bow, every bow, switched the camera back and forth in split seconds? That adds to even his performance on the camera. Battlers love edits that could edit to and bolster your bars, your movements, your sound effects. The only two places that I've seen do it real consistent is Ruin Your Day for whatever they're doing it for, whatever lead they're cutting it for, but RBE almost 9 times out of 10. And we go all the way back even to days like this where we do it. Let me show you one more time. When you can edit even your camera visuals to the actual battle, the flow, the sound, the bars, the performance, you're changing the energy. You're adding to the vibe of the final edit that's going on YouTube.
Wait around and approach you in the menu with the special like it's a good wait around. Bow, 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 bow. Lay them down. He gonna give a statement. Now the cops on.
And of course, during battles like this, you also hear sound effects, right? You hear the boom on the punchlines. Let me give you one that's a little bit more subtle, but still a very, very similar concept when you get the final product. And once again, the psychology of it, sometimes you don't even realize that you're being drawn in and there's production values that's adding to it. You don't real. That's what good production and good editing does. It'll draw you into the performance and to the bars without sometimes even making it that obvious. Like the sound effects and the visual, like if Gates in the Garden does a fucking lightning bolt on the screen, that's obvious. But shit like that, I bet you people don't even pay attention to when they watch the battle. But it's there. It's just like, pow, 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 and it accentuates the performance. Here's another one that's more subtle, but it was very, very intentional at the chopping board. Let me get this one up. Hold on, my bad. Here y'all go. Boom. Now this one, every time you hear the actual the peak of it, Snitch Boy within his delivery, within this whole segment that Big K is delivering, watch what happens with the camera.
Hold on. I said Snitch Boy. The word loyal never displayed. Betray your brother when it's turmoil, devilish ways. Snitch Boy, been stressing every day. You came home in your 20s with a head full of gray. Snitch Boy, ready to turn at any moment. Surf let you hear around. You told the world that you wrote it. Snitch Boy, but New Jersey is Snitch Haven. Only thing you ever wrote for Surf was his statement. Snitch Boy. This little pussy a disgrace. How you walk out of bookings with some cookies and a cake? Snitch Boy, I ought to mush you in the face. You looking like you want to fight. Bitch, you should have fought the case. Snitch Boy.
Very, very intentional. And it's done from a non-biased standpoint. If you go in, there's a lot of RBE battles like that. And some of y'all don't realize it until I'm saying it now, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later. It's very, very intentional. It's done from a non-biased standpoint. If you've done things like what Mr. Mills just did or what Big K just did, if you've gone into segments like that, we probably purposefully cut to your performance or cut to the bar or cut to the sound effect. That's the difference between real editors or good editors versus people that just say, all right, camera 1, camera 2, throw it together. Here's your footage. This is the type of shit that you want to pay for. Okay. Now, I broke down right there and I gave you examples now of 3 vibes. And I don't know how much you people really pay attention to that, but it absolutely is intentional and it absolutely can add to the YouTube vibe. Here's the 4th vibe, people. And I kind of alluded to it earlier. It's the shock value. That's the 4th vibe. Shock value. Now, when battlers say, wait till the footage drops, right? If you have, like, let's say, an audio situation and you feel like the bars weren't fully interpreted in the building. Maybe it was a big room. Maybe it was a biased crowd. Maybe there was more gas. Maybe you felt like people weren't really holding on to the bars. Cool. In the full edit, people should be a little bit more, let's say, attentive, right? I get it. The shock value to me, though, if your production doesn't change, and this also molds into a quick little small critique for Chrome 23, just constructive criticism. The pay-per-view and the full edit to me is not where it starts, because people are saying I didn't pay attention to it, that the coin toss is cut out and at the end the 3-0 chant is cut out. Okay, so that's what you call trimming to me, like trimming fat. Like, I don't need to see when everybody's walking on stage and when their microphones are getting put on and all that type of shit. And I don't need to see 3 minutes after when they're shaking hands and everybody's walking off the stage and all that type of shit. You cut it to where it starts, you cut it to where it ends, right? But everything that happened in the middle, though, as far as the actual rapping and the rounds playing out, the footage of the full release that's now on Chrome 23's channel for YouTube, to me, unless I missed something, it looks exactly the same as the pay-per-view. So it almost makes me want to ask the question: were there any other camera angles that were running in the building? If so, why weren't they used in the edit? Because that bolsters the production value of the final footage that's going to live on YouTube forever. So I never saw a wide shot in the full footage. I never saw a wide shot that got to show me, all right, while everybody's screaming over this rim bar right now, go back to the crowd shot, the wide shot, and let me see the whole crowd in the building going crazy. That adds to the production. I never saw that. So for the video on YouTube to look exactly the same as the pay-per-view footage, there's no chopping to the bars like we showed you in Boom versus Big K. There's no wide shots showing the crowd of the energy or nothing like that. There's no chopping to somebody's actual delivery when they're on some wild segment. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say when Shaka and Suge was the whole Kendrick shit, that you lied. What if there was camera switching to that? You lied. You lied. You lied. You lied. I didn't see nothing. Nothing changed other than the trimming at the beginning of the end. Right? So the only thing that's left, and what makes no sense for a battle rapper to say, wait until the footage drops, then if nothing's being changed in the final YouTube release, the only thing that's left is the fourth vibe, which is shock factor. That's the only thing that somebody could then hold their hat on. So what's the shock factor vibe? The shock factor vibe, for example, is what they both did in their first rounds, right? The REM shit, right? So Suge laying on that angle and going at Eazy and going at REM and back and all of that type of shit. The shock factor, because you never heard it before. You don't know what to expect. You guys want to hear a sorry is true, a little behind the scenes truth? So I said it a couple times on live. Or I might have said it once. I said I had a $200 bet on Eazy versus Shotgun Sugar. I had $200 on Eazy. I lost. Right? There was somebody else going around saying like, "Yeah, I got a bet on my money is on Suge." We're both saying it, but we're not saying each other's names, just out of respect for the battlers and just make sure that nobody takes it a certain way or gets personal about this shit. Because sometimes motherfuckers be sensitive. Hey, I've had my sensitive moments too. Okay, cool. It was me and Hitman, right? It was me and Holla. Holla had Suge. I had Eazy. One of the reasons why I didn't think that Suge was gonna go crazy like that or Rem, I told this to Holla. I said, if you pay attention to some of the past, right? I'm being dead real with y'all. Charlie Clips, he's publicly expressed that he thought that Chrome 23 was upset at him because of his angle, right? Geechee, people would assume, I just saw a 3-letter man and Suge talking about that. Is Geechee allowed back? 3-letter man was just joking about that, right? Is Geechee allowed back to Chrome? So considering, the Charlie Clip stuff, and it could be wrong. I'm just telling you about like the outside perception as you watch people talk on the net. Clips was thinking that that's why his battle didn't drop and all this type of stuff. And maybe you can go on a Chrome 23 side. Let me be fair. And they held it because they waited for the opportunity to use that battle to promote another battle, right? Whatever the case may be. But from outside looking in, it looks like you play around, and it's just like with any league, right? You play with the league owner, your ass might not get invited back, right? I had a problem with Arsenal for a minute. Okay, it happens to all of us, all league owners. If you look at the shit that URL just dropped. Smack is on the front of the footage saying, "Yo, I was gonna drop the Trez battle, right? But something happened online, so I didn't feel good with it, so I dropped this way instead." All league owners react to where they when they feel disrespected. All league owners, okay? So I factored that in, and I said that behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, I said, "Yo, holla, Suge is too much of a vet at this point in his career. The game is different. People's moving around so much. Suge knows that if he goes crazy, he's gonna burn his bridge. And I don't think Suge is gonna burn his bridge. That's one thing that I leaned on as far as him not going with a more shocking attack at Rem. I told Holla that. I was obviously fucking wrong. Okay. Whether Suge had multiple rounds and he decided to do that based on the face off and him saying also because Rem jumped in on the round when Eazy called out to her in the first because he went second. Whatever the case may be, I ended up being wrong because Suge came out, whether it was prepared or not, or his fifth round, or his third round, or his fourth round, or whatever. He fucking attacked and he put an avalanche on Rem and fucking and Eazy. Right. So I was wrong. But rounds like that, this is all me just adding up backstory and details to that fourth vibe, the shock factor of it. So when we're seeing this, and it's just like, yo, this is the most disrespectful somebody's ever been to Rem or been to Eazy or been to both of them. The most disrespectful you're talking about this and that. You this is the first time where somebody has talked to Rem as if I'll just leave it like that. Just disrespecting her. Like it like the Geechee shit was more like, like damn, like you shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? Like you made a bad decision or whatever. That was like Geechee and like, but that's how you talk to your chick or whatever. He ends it, doing the verb shit. Clips did it playfully. You know what I'm saying? I thought give you the one in a lean back or whatever video. Cool. Right? John has some stuff too. Suge flat out rapped at Rem like she was a battle rapper. Like he totally violated. But this is battle rap, right? So it is what it is. And people's going to use anything that's public information as a weapon because that is battle rap. Okay. So I didn't forecast Suge wanting to be that disrespectful, right? And go there. Once again, I was wrong, but the shock value of it when we're listening to that first round, when we're listening to Suge say that type of shit, is the jaw on the table, the shock of it. And it doesn't even have to be a angle, to be honest. Sometimes just a clever or a heavy punchline shocks the fuck out of us because these guys come up with some amazing shit. And it just makes us go, oh, you heard what he just said? You heard what Big K just fucking said? You heard what Twerk just fucking said? You heard what Nitty just said? You heard what Daylight just said? Right? Sometimes these guys' pens is it's the shock. But now the angles is the shit that keeps you talking and talking and talking and talking. Yo, Calico said that Good's father is this. Yo, Suge said that Eazy, you did this, and your girlfriend is that. Or niggas, like just think about some of these battles where you felt that somebody was exposed for the first time with some new information that the culture never heard about somebody, right? Anytime you feel like you're hearing somebody get talked to for the first time like that, it's shocking. And by the time the footage comes out, sometimes battlers bank on the shock being gone. 100%. Because there's no other reason for a battle rapper to say, wait until the footage drops if the footage is exactly the same as the pay-per-view. And it was. so the shock value from Suge's first round was there on the pay-per-view. And I watched it again today. I watched the full battle. And of course, I heard it already, so I'm not shocked. I know it's coming, but it still lands. It still hits the same to me. It's still like, oh shit, like this motherfucker went there. Actually, now I'm catching on more shit because the heat of you never catch everything on the first go round. These niggas is all rappers, B. These niggas got hiddens and multis and bars and doubles and triples and quadruples, all types of little small shit bars within a bar and all. There's shit that I could go back and play some daylight fucking battle and catch it 10 years later. Like, oh shit, that was up. I didn't catch that. Like, it's real shit. It's real. I did it on the live the other day. I said, hold on, did Daylight diss me when I was playing him versus King Los on the stream, right? So I'm sorry for people that are waiting for a big change in this particular circumstance, right? There isn't one. Now, I don't think that when you analyze it deeper, because you're not in the newness of it, like, oh, this is all brand new, and the shock vibe is removed, right? I don't think it's as easy to call a 30, right? But me personally, did my winner change? No. I was questionable about the second and the third round. So when I watched it again today, I said, yeah, Suge got the first round. There's nothing to talk about. It's just an avalanche. The second round, I said, oh, wait a minute. I really think that this is kind of clear. Not as clear as the first, but it's kind of clear. Eazy got the second round to me, right? He got the second round. Third round, I'm listening to Eazy's round and I'm paying that much closer to the bars and the deep. I'm just like, yo, this motherfucker got some shit. His third round is incredible. Eazy's third round, it's like that. He got some shit. And the thing is, if Suge didn't have, if he didn't meet him halfway, especially if he would have went first, I don't know how that third would, but Suge met him. Suge's lightest round was his second. Both of it. Well, no, Suge's lightest round was definitely his second. And if he would have wrote downhill, if he would have had, all right, boom, my first is that, and then boom, my second, I took a dip, and then even if his third was the same as his second, where it was a good round, but he didn't, jump up again. His third round jumped back up from where his second left off, and he almost left the door open. He almost did, but his third round kept it. His third round says, no, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this win. I'm going to keep this win. That's really what his third round did. You know what I'm saying? So it's 2-1. It's a great battle. And I don't think it's a preference battle. I think preference is like, very, 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 very close. But on the second watch, I think the first and the second round is very, very easy for me to pick. And the third round, I wasn't that unsure about the third round at all. Like I was pretty like, yeah, I got my winner for the third round. You know what I'm saying? Now, does the battle change anything about Eazy's roadmap for 2025? Does it hurt Eazy? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. If for nothing else, this is supposed to all translate to money and promotion, right? I wouldn't put it past that even the stuff that started going on, on the internet, the personal stuff, the relationship stuff and everything right before the battle. I wouldn't be surprised if that added a couple streams. I wouldn't be surprised if that added a couple tickets. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if all the arguing ever since has added a couple extra views. So Eazy and Rem, if they don't know that, then they're foolish at this point. You know what I'm saying? They're probably playing to the fiddle just like because there's a business element. If it's not a business element, then the battle doesn't come out, let alone come out this fast, right? There's business decisions that's being made in flight as well. Rem not standing there is a business decision. Well, it's all of this. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad that they're smart enough to use all of this to their credit, or to actually use it in ways where it could benefit them. The only way it can hurt you is if you spin off in a way where people want to put you in this in the light where it's just like, it's things just feel unfair. Or you don't want people to start looking out for that. Like when I did that in the Rosenberg Raw edit, he went on his campaign and people were mad at me for a couple months. When I put that "why the fuck you lying" meme in there to Rosenberg's battle. Now, of course, this is like 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But once the battlers start feeling like the platform isn't gonna be fair, you got to be careful. This is where I'm now my constructive criticism for Chrome 23. Constructive criticism. Rem got to be careful. Rem got to be careful. We've all, as league owners, have had spots where we've done things that put us outside of being neutral. I've done it. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of it. It's in footage, arguments, but blow ups, edits, and I've done it. And I tried to learn from it after that. Happened to me early on. And after that, I just grew from it. I learned from it. And here I am, trying to respectfully tell some of my peers, be careful, because now it's your turn to learn some of this stuff. Rem, you can't do the couples thing against the opponents. You guys' personal relationship just got to stay there. You know what I'm saying? You can't let battlers feel like it's 2 versus 1. You can't make them feel like, damn, I wonder what's going to happen when this battle gets edited and when it drops. You don't want yourself to be looked at. You don't want Chrome 23 to be looked at like, yo, Eazy and Rem got this whole little thing of like this bias thing. And it's really like, it could be a setup, especially if you diss, like, it just can't be that. It just can't, it just can't be that. You know what I'm saying? Can't be that. So be careful, because if that vibe, I'm not trying to point too many fingers, but if that vibe carries for too many battles, it's gonna be a hit on the league. The league, as far as how it's looked at from a credibility standpoint. Right. So you gotta be careful with that. You gotta be careful with that. Easy. You can't campaign that somebody is using Rem, because this is battle rap. I 100% agree with Suge on that. This is battle rap. Everybody could be used as a weapon and weaponized. Me personally, watch this. What my girlfriend look like? What my lady look like? Go to my gram. You see me. So funny. If niggas was probably like, let's say you stupid and you think like I'm not one of them niggas, right? Anytime you see these vacations and me out and about or whatever, you see niggas at the crib or whatever, and he's out to eat and shit or whatever. Like, you see pictures. I normally only put the fellas on pictures. And if you stupid and you don't think I'm one of them niggas, you know what I'm saying? You just think like, yo, it's just always a bunch of guys around. You be a fucking fool. I don't put none of the women, none of my niggas' wives, none of the girl, no, I don't put none of no kids. I don't put none of that. I was just in a mall on Christmas Eve with my godson. Took my godson shopping before we went to like a New Year's Eve party, right? With a bunch of family and friends. Beautiful day. Me and my godson walking through the mall. He sees Shaq. We run down on Shaq, take a picture with Shaq. My godson is 16 years old. He's 6'4". He's an up and coming baller. He's 6'4", 16 years old, over me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm big. I'm big Godfather, Uncle A. You know what I'm saying? So we run down on Shaq. Shaq, can you take a picture with an up and coming baller? You know what I'm saying? Shaq gives us like a little quick conversation, gives us like a little couple pointers and everything. Real humble, dope advice to get to youngin' and all that. Take a picture. Is it on my gram? I don't even put not my godson. I don't put none of my family out there. I don't put my who I'm nothing. People that attach me to people, even in this space. You ever see me tweet about it, talk about it, post about it, blog about it? I don't even go in that area at all. At all. And I'm not even a rapper. I'm the league. I know niggas are still use league on and shit. I've been dissed a million fucking times as a league owner. A million fucking times. From Blue Room 10-year anniversary days all the way back to our start. Rookie year fucking new league owner 10, almost 11 years ago. I've been dissed a million fucking times. Right? And I just try to keep it to that. Try to keep it to that. It got to the point where Shata used to tell me like, yo, you got to show people more, because you're a brand within yourself. Like people fuck with you, AR. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got this element, you got that element. People tell me that all the fucking time. Go ahead and show them more. That much more people will buy into you. I'm gonna talk more. I definitely enjoy blogging. I'm gonna rock with the fans. I'm out here, cool. I'm on the front lines and all that. But the personal side of shit, I never really got. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't. Yo, I'm in this car today, or yo, I just spent this amount of money today. I'm here, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm with this lady. I just never was able to do it. Like, oh, him, all my family. This is exactly what my auntie Lisa looks like, and this is my godson. I never was able to do it. It's not a single picture of it on my Instagram, because I just don't fuck with battle rap and the internet when it comes to people using your loved ones against you. But anyway, I'm just trying to say, the moment you guys start rapping about it. And Easy's got his biggest haymaker was a rim ball in the battle. His biggest landing haymaker in his entire 3 rounds in performance was a Remy ball. So you guys are using it as well. And I hate to say you guys, but Rem, the moment that you do the and you jump in on a round, it changes the dynamic. So I think that you guys got to be Remy. I fuck with them. I really, really fuck with Remy Easy, but they gotta be careful, and you got to uphold the credibility of the platform and the company first. You know what I'm saying? You almost got to treat a little corporate America ish, where it's just like, we're not giving none of y'all that. Our business is our business. You know what I'm saying? If you come over here, you're going to be treated fair. The edits is going to be perfect or whatever. Watch this. Here's another bomb. I don't know if Ruin Your Day is in here. Ruin Your Day said this when we did a watch. We did a watch. Me, Avocado, and Big K. We did a watch on the Ruin Your Day channel. It was before. I'm about to give y'all an exclusive. It was before the Mook and Big K battle. It was right before the I'm sorry, right before the face off. So they was both out here and we was killing time, and I did a watch. Me, Big K, and Avo. If you watch that shit, right? This is 1,000% facts. If you watch that shit, Avo knowing me behind the scenes, he goes, yo, as far as when it comes to somebody that could wear every hat, can I say it? Is this, do you want me to say it? Can I say it? And I'm like, oh, go ahead, you can say it. And he was hesitant because he didn't know if I wanted it to be public that I edited almost 80+% of the battles that's on the RBE channel. Nobody knew that until just now. And now how many people I had conversations with about these thumbnails that I'm fucking using now for the Sorry True Pie. I was just on the phone the other day with Austin, and he was like, yo, I gotta figure out how to get my. We talk about thumbnail. People hit me up about my thumbnails. Who creates them? Me. Learn Photoshop. Learn Photoshop elements. Learn fucking After Effects for graphics. Right. The Sorry is True podcast intro that you guys watch every time I go live. You know who created that intro? Me. And the only thing I did was put the Mickey Fax instrumental underneath it, because he sent it to me. He said, yo, saying some rare breed shit in this got your name written all over. I said, send it to me. I appreciate it. And I put it with the intro. But I made that intro, the whole graphic, everything. I made it myself. I'm an all-out editor. I'm not daylight level, but I can edit. I could get some shit done. You know what I'm saying? The very first event, Jay Science, shout out to Jay Science. He was our editor. He took a while to edit the battles. And then I said, I need to step in. I need to learn how to edit. And I started complimenting, and I was editing from 2014 all the way through 2018 when Ruin Your Day started to work with RBE. And then even after that, some of the battles I was still editing because we had a combination of production crews. We had Rapmatic and we also had Ruin Your Day. So they would both send their footage to me and I would edit it. Real shit. Now, one of the reasons why I never said that publicly before I retired is because for me, I would be telling myself, like, now, if it's a Rosenberg Raw battle and the whole world's been knowing ever since 2014, ARP's been on the chopping table, is somebody going to say, oh, he probably added that sound effect right there? And we haven't had sound effects in most of our shit, but, or he edited like that right there to make Rosenberg win or to make Show Off win. So that's why I never said it, just to keep the credibility. And now that you go back and you look over these battles, you can't find it where you feel like, oh shit, like that nigga made this person win. Because I stayed neutral with the product. Okay. Eve, the only time I didn't stay, well, it really wasn't about Heavy Half. It really was about Froze, because the shit that was going on behind the scenes with me and him was like arguing and shit. And then he shows up late to the battle and he taps me in my chest while he's rapping. I don't even like being touched when I feel like you're trying to play with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's why I put that meme in there. When he said that I'm the reason for the blah, blah, I put that meme like, why is you lying? It was like it had nothing to do with Heavy Half. It was just purely me and Rosenberg Raw. You know what I'm saying? And I was wrong for that because he still is doing a job of being an artist. So I was wrong for that. And ever since then, I was like, I have to, for the product, I can't put any influence on the product because my credibility needs to reign supreme. It needs to be in the front. When these battlers work with me, when they pick up my phone call or when they call me, they know what is my reputation in battle rap. His business a fucking one. That's why my reputation has been what it's been. I had to put the product there. And that's my constructive criticism for Rem and for Eazy. Navigate the fact that you guys' situation obviously will give you more eyes, more views, more clicks, more controversy sells. They're absolutely going using it already, and that's the smart thing to do. If I'm gonna be going viral, y'all gonna be on my heels, and y'all gonna be making me talking about me in blogs or whatever. I might as well at least turn into $1. Easy knows what he's doing. Certain times where he goes live and what he knows what he's doing. Rem knows what she's doing too. They're not stupid, but be careful with the credibility of the platform, especially once the battlers start chatting. Once you start getting Charlie clips start coming out talking about like, damn, my battle ain't dropped because my raps, or Suge like, damn, they cut out my 3-0 chant, or the coin toss. So like, once the battlers start feeling like, yo, it gets different. You know what I'm saying? So please, please, people, I'm such a big fan and support piece of Chrome 23 and Bags and Bodies and Bullpen and Battle Account, all these platforms, man. I want to continue to see all of them thrive. So yeah, my winner stayed the same, just like the footage. But I did get more clarity for myself on the second round, which is Eazy's round to me. Okay. But Suge got it 2-1. Those are the 4 vibes of a battle in the building, on the stream. Also a full edit that can change the actual versus what you saw on the streams footage, and shock factor that can wear off or change by the time you're not shocked about hearing something for the first time, right? One other small criticism as well, because I love the final product, and now you guys could understand based on what I just told y'all how much I know editing, so I pay attention to this type of shit. Okay, you guys just didn't know, all right? But that's why I said that on that watch once again. Like, yo, can I tell them like niggas don't know ARP? You could do every job within battle rap. Like, you could promote, you could matchmake, you could edit, you could shoot, you could everything but rap, right? Final critique though is not for Chrome; it's for the production crew that shot the battle. You gotta pull that frame out a little bit at times, um, especially if you're not going to do camera switching, because at least for the final product as well as the pay-per-view, I didn't see any camera switching. It looked like just one shot the whole time, one camera the whole time. It's not a bad thing, but especially if that's going to be the core of your footage, you need to pull that framing out just a little bit. So especially during times of reaction, we can see both battle rappers. Like when Suge says, I'm just gonna make up a moment. I'm not saying that it's applicable to the footage because I don't remember where every single bar this happens. But if Suge says, nigga, where's your bitch? It needs to be wide enough, or the camera also needs to switch at times to Eazy. That's all production value. I want to see the reaction to the person that's not rapping. I want to see like, oh, look, he looked down, or he looked to the side, or he made a face, or I need at times to be able to see both battlers at the same time. And when you're a real crazy shooter, there's times where you actually go with the bars. Like if a nigga be like, yo, look at your fucking, them boots, what? And you'll see the camera, like ruin your day, do it like boom, real quick to the sneakers and come back up. You go watch Big K versus JC. When Big K talks about JC's jeans and says like they're not true religions, right? You see the camera go to the jeans. Now you might be like, damn, that's foul. But no, the cameraman is just going with the actual performances on both sides. You know what I'm saying? You say something about this person, you go to there real quick. Boom. Go to them real quick. Or somebody has a big bar, you open it up so you can also see both people's reactions. You got to keep that type of production value, especially for big battles. For big battles, it could take away from the vibe and the legacy going forward. And you'd be surprised how much we miss, to not be able to say like, oh, look at Suge. That nigga's tight right now. Like, yo, oh, look at Eazy. He put his head down for that or that. Like, you gotta be able to frame that accordingly, people. So, all right, good discussion. I told you I was going to try to go in a direction that I didn't hear yet. I want to be a little bit different since this is a heavy talk topic about Eazy versus Suge. Shout out to AK. It says salute ARP members in the building. 15 months deep. I appreciate you, guy. Jermaine Anderson says ARP. Where is your rate in the trenches as a league right now? Me personally, haven't been upset at all for the money I spent on every event. The trenches is a stellar platform at this point. They're doing great work, great matchups. They got some new names over there as well that are getting some light. Um, Eazy is in a spot where he's able to battle when he wants on trenches or chrome, and he's one of the biggest names in the game. So that within itself makes trenches that much more viable. You know what I'm saying? Like Hitman has bags and bodies. If ARP is retired, if negotiations with other league owners don't work out, he book himself and just bags and bodies. I'll do this shit in a month and a half myself. Easy is now the same. You can't be shut out by a league. You can't be undercut by a league. You can't be lowballed into, you know what I'm saying? You make your own decisions. And him having trenches gives him the ability to do that, which makes it dope. And also giving a platform to battle rappers to continue to get these checks in these matchups, because I've always, since day one, 12 years ago when I started my rants, or 11 years ago when I started my rants, not every platform will do everything. Certain platforms are not interested in certain matchups. They don't want them. Um URL had an opportunity to do Suge versus Hitman. That's why it didn't happen on Gracie's platform, right? And then later on, when URL, I guess, even Smack, he's got an interview saying, nah, if anybody wants it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he did, right? And then who picked it up? UW. So if it's not for UW, do we get Suge versus Hitman? That grudge match, did we ever get it? If it's not for UW, do we ever get Hollow and Lux? You know what I'm saying? If it's not for RBE, when does Mook come back? If it's not for URL, does Lux and Verb happen? Right? If it's not for what's some other ones? Battle Academy, do we get the Rex and the Rock? Do we get Bill Collector and Rosenberg Raw? If it's not for King of the Dot, do we ever get some of the mega shit that, how about the Hollow and the Diz fucking surprise? But I was dead, man. That shit was epic in the building. It's just certain leagues, they're not interested in certain things. They have certain politics, certain relationships that they don't rock with. Sometimes it's financial. Sometimes they don't believe in an investment, or they operate only on sponsors, or they purely can't afford it. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. So with these different options, we get battles that would have never happened. Not one, not two, not three leagues can do everything or give you everything that you want to see. So that's a much larger answer. I hope that's your $5 super chat worth. But Trenches is one of many platforms that we all want to support and see remain in the culture. Okay? One of many. So shout out to the Trenches. Members, what up? Says salute. All right, y'all shouting each other out. Cool, cool, cool. Stop asking me to bring back the blue room, Vipool. I'm retired, man. It's not. I mean, if it would be a fucking a now what or full circle. I'm good, man. Ain't gonna be no more pay-per-view events for me, man. By the time I get to 2027, you might see some big full circle events. You wanna know why? Because the culture will be so much more slowed down, in my opinion, because of everything that's already happened and the stagnation. If things continue to decline, and I'm not rooting for that, but by 2026, 2027, um, people will be out of that weight game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like when, unless Daylight and Lux go do other things, that's when battles like that become easier to happen, because it's just like, we waited for the $1 million. It definitely ain't coming. So I mean, 2027 is when I can get somebody that wants to charge $50,000 now, they charge me $10,000 in 2027, and I'll put it in full circle. I got patience. I could wait that long. I hope you can too. Shout out to JR Writer, man. It's funny, man, because the moment I started getting right with JR, guess who started to call him? But that's what happens, you know. It's all good. And JR, you know, we had some good conversations to get close to putting something together, but it never panned out. And I think it would have been dope to see JR Writer get in the ring. It still would be, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Writer, man. That's the homie. That's the homie. They say you got out the game at the right time. Damn. I see you in the chat, Aaron. But I'm not trying to be a troublemaker, man. I'm more of a defender. I know I speak about, I reference things a lot, but it's all coming from a place of you did what you did, or you do what you do. Don't throw them rocks and hide your hand now. I don't see too many questions based on my breakdown, so I guess y'all don't disagree with anything, which is good money. All right, cool. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here then, man. Y'all don't need me anymore for y'all entertainment for the rest of the night. That's a bet. Y'all don't want to hear me break down anything else, then I'm gonna get my ass up out of here. Fuck y'all. Nah, shout out to the chat. I'll probably catch y'all in the morning or tomorrow sometime. All right, peace.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I drop it, connected to block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.